Hi everyone, this is MikeyN6IL, and today I want to do a quick test and demo of pyDriveWire's SSH feature, which is something that is going to be newly added in version 0.6 of pyDriveWire. So to start out with, this is an experimental feature of pyDriveWire. Before you try using it, you need to make sure that it has been enabled. So there should be a command here called SSH. And you notice here it says I ran the SSH command and it says fail. SSH is not enabled. Use -x SSH. So you need to follow these instructions to enable the SSH feature. So I actually need to shut down my MAME. I need to shut down pyDriveWire, and I'm going to rerun it. You see here I have the printer feature enabled, and I added the SSH feature. So when I run it, you'll notice that it says enabling experimental SSH support. So now if I try to type the SSH command, it'll, this is the SSH command that you would normally use to make a connection. So now that it's been enabled, it actually should work. So I want to demonstrate DwTerm first. I'm going to demonstrate both DwTerm from RS-DOS, and I'm also going to demonstrate SuperComm. I think it's a nice program, although if you watch the latest CoCo Nation, it looks like there are a bunch of other really nice terminal programs as well, but I'm just going to demonstrate what I know, which is SuperComm. So let's start with DwTerm. Users MikeyN6IL demo. There we go. Okay. So I have my DwTerm disk inserted. And now what I want to run is I want to run MAME. I'm using CoCo 3 DW1, so it has HTTP DOS already enabled, and I should be able to access that disk. So one moment. Alrighty, if I type directory, you can see we have the DwTerm disk. Now, the DwTerm webpage on GitHub explains exactly what each one of these versions of DwTerm is. But generally speaking, it should be self-explanatory. BCK is Becker port, BB1 is for Bitbanger on a CoCo 1, DwTerm BB is generally for CoCo 2 and 3 on Bitbanger. There's an RS-232 version, a 6309 version. There's the late versions, BB1LT is for CoCo 1, etc., etc. A few other versions. So we're just going to load DwTerm Becker port since I'm running on MAME here. All right, and if I type exec, now we're running DwTerm. Let's use number 1, CoCo 3 with NC. There we are. All right. So this is DwTerm, and basically this provides a terminal connection in between the CoCo and the pyDriveWire server. At this prompt, you can type any DriveWire commands. The first one I would do is dw disk show. There we go. That's a typical typical DW command. Suppose I want to make an SSH connection to the remote server. I can do that pretty simply by just doing, I want to go to lowercase here. So I type shift 0, SSH, and the format is you want host name, and then if you need a port number, you can put that, and then a space, and then a username, and then a space, and then the password. Unfortunately, the password will be echoed to the screen. I know some people don't like that. That's just how it is. Maybe I could improve this situation a little bit by doing a little bit more programming, but this is the way that it is right now. Now let's use the SSH command to SSH into my local machine, which is my Mac here. Okay, I'm now in to my machine, and I can look at files, etc., etc. Well, this is supposed to be a top display, but looks a little funky. But yeah, it's working, sort of. Okay, so there are a couple of other commands that you want to use when you're doing SSH, and those are under DW port, and you can set the terminal type and the screen size, which is usually something important for interactive programs like top and VI and things like that. So we do DW port show, and if you see on the screen here, it says that my terminal type is ANSI, and I have 16 rows and 32 columns. So I want to change this DW port rows. Let's say I have 24. DW port columns, I have 80. Okay, now I have 24 rows and 80 columns. Let's try that SSH command again. Yeah, so it says I have 24 rows, 80 columns. Echo assign term using an ANSI terminal. So if I do top again, now the screen looks a little bit better now that I have the terminal type is set. Okay. Well, you should quit eventually. There you go. Okay, let's get out of here. So yeah, that's a basic demo of SSH I just SSH to my local laptop here using DwTerm program. So next I'm going to just give the same demo. I'm going to boot up Nitrous 9 and yeah, so let's go ahead and do that. So I have my Nitrous 9 here. And we'll come back when this is all booted up. Okay, now this is booted up. Change the monitor type. Go to a column terminal. And as I said, I'm going to demonstrate using SuperComm since that's the one that comes with Nitrous 9 and one that I'm familiar with. So to do this over DriveWire, let me just switch the screen here first. Okay. SuperComm, and we just tell it to use /n as the device. We don't use T1, T2, any of that stuff. /n is the DriveWire virtual terminal. And this should be pretty similar to what we had before. Okay, it's not echoing right now, so I'm going to type ATE1. There we go. Now I can see what I'm typing. If I type ATI, it says that I'm talking to pyDriveWire v0.6. I can do DriveWire commands here. Yeah, that works. And just like before, I can also SSH EW port show. I'm still set for 24 columns, 80 columns and 24 rows. So SSH. Yep, like before. Terminal emulation is not correct. Let's get out of here. Okay. Don't remember how to operate this. Okay. T. Oh, that's the reason why. Don't remember. Plus? F1, F2? No? Okay. Do I have another program? Yes, I'm sure. Do I have VT100? We do have VT100. Okay. See if this works any better. Alright, let's continue. Doody doody doo. EW port show DW port. Just change my terminal type to VT100 since I'm using the VT100 program. Let's try that SSH again. SSH. Alright. Yeah. That looks pretty good. No problem. Okay. See if VI works. It should. Yeah. Okay. Well, VT100 program seems to work okay. I'm not sure what's wrong with SuperComm, but how do I type escape? We're not in DwTerm, so I don't know how to get out of VI. But anyway, this is what I wanted to demonstrate today. how to play around with the SSH feature in pyDriveWire. So I think there are a few more things I want to test. Based on the discussion from the CoCo Nation, I'm probably going to play around with the IRC client a little bit. And then I also want to test deload support and also play around with Dragon support. So these two more little demo videos for you guys. I'm making these videos as I'm testing the various features just to demonstrate them at least partially working. Alright, bye everyone.